Hey YouTube, Lee from Uniquely Trained. I know it's been a while since I've done a video. Oh, what another excuse we're waiting for, We're not important to you, are we, Lee? Seriously, I've had to face some health issues with my family. We've unfortunately had to deal with cancer. I wanted to do a bit of a video. The intention of this video isn't to upset anyone, and it's not to make anybody feel bad in any kind of way. This is just purely a way of me expressing myself and getting it out. A video to bring a bit of lightheartedness to it all. You need positivity in any way, any form. Hopefully, even if there's just one person that watches this video and it helps you, the video's done its job. You know me, I like to see the funny side in things. I like to see the good side and the positive side in things, which has been quite difficult to do recently. So I'm not gonna lie, it's been a difficult time. Why am I not serious about this? I may seem positive, silly and daft all the time on my social media, especially if you watch my Snapchat videos. Why? But in all honesty, barriers down, reality is that sometimes, or quite a lot of the time, I will have dark moments, I will have really tough emotional times. I always feel that I'm trying to be positive quite a lot though when I'm around other people, because I feel like I have to be positive for them, or it's a sign of weakness, just because I don't want to feel like I'm a burden to anybody. I don't want to pull anybody down. People can tell when you're being genuine or not. And you get to a point where you just can't be positive for yourself at all. Never mind for anybody else. So I've had to get to breaking point to realise that it's okay to ask for help. It's okay to deal with what you're dealing with. We all deal with stress or hurt and pain and situations in different ways. Just dealing with cancer on its own, I mean, it's not me personally that has cancer. It is a family member of mine. In fact, I've had a few family members dealing with it, still dealing with it, but we're getting there, getting through it. It is an emotional roller coaster ride. It's been very up and down, and a lot of the time I've just felt helpless. So these are the emotions that I've dealt with and gone through, and I'm going to take the mickey a little bit and have a bit of fun. When I first found out the news that my family member had cancer, I was actually at work, I was on the phone, and the person told me, and I was like, okay, yeah, we're going to deal with this, we're going to be fine, yeah, see you later. Phone down. A few minutes later, I cried my heart out. I was like, I'm at work. I can't be like this. I ran to some of my colleagues and they gave me a hug and they made me a cup of tea and they sent me home early so that I could go and be with my family. So that was amazing how they dealt with that. Thank you guys. But what upset me wasn't the news of it. What upset me was the family member that rang me and told me, apologised for having it. And that really hurt. Even now, cancer shouldn't do that. Cancer should not make you feel like you've done something wrong. Cancer should not make you feel like it's your fault. So anyway, so after I got the sadness, we were waiting for results for the next test, for the next biopsy, and all these things. It was just so frustrating. So I turned to comfort eating. I could demolish a whole pack of white chocolate chip cookies in a day. Easy. Not only was I comfort eating, but in the back of my mind there was a lot of guilt as well. As a personal trainer, I was going against everything that I've been telling you guys. I was comfort eating. I was seeing food as a comfort and as a reward and as a treat, which that's not what food is. I knew it was wrong, but I just kept on eating it. So not only was I upset and comfort eating, I felt guilty and that I was being a bad role model. So then came the anger. Are you eating my cookies? I was getting mad at the most stupidest things. It was overflowing into my work as well. My manager, how he's dealt with me, I don't know. I'm sorry. Even now, I still get angry and frustrated, and it's just because things are just out of your control. Even my husband, Dave, like, he's been very busy with work, and I think he's felt frustrated as well. So me and my husband are just... But actually, we've turned a corner, things are getting better. I'm learning so much more about myself and how I cope with things and how I think and what actually causes these thoughts. So knowing that I was angry and getting annoyed at the most stupidest things. Dave, I've just cleaned this kitchen and you've left a fork in sink! You're talking to somebody at work and then them not acknowledging me, or they interrupted me or start talking, I would just walk off in a bit of a huff. I knew that I was doing these things, but I couldn't stop this anger. I couldn't stop myself and how I was feeling. It just built on the anger more because I was like, why can't I control how I feel? I was trying so hard to stay positive, and people around me saying, oh, just look on the bright side and be positive, and I was trying, I was doing that. So then I started to overwork. So the things that I could control, I would do. So at home, I would be cleaning non-stop because I could clean. I'm good at cleaning. I have a tidy house, generally. And then at work, I was doing work that I knew I could do, and I was overworking so much that actually I didn't realise that I was upsetting other people because it made them feel like they weren't working enough or doing enough, because I was just like, ah! I was killing myself. So when I realised I was upsetting other people, I just broke again. I was like, oh, I can't win. So I can't control my emotions, and when I do try to control something that I can work on and do, that's upsetting people, and I just, no matter what I do, I just felt like I was losing. I felt so hopeless, out of control, couldn't do anything. I started to isolate myself a little bit. I didn't go out as much, or tried not to. I didn't respond to messages a lot. I wasn't myself when I was around people. I was just this fake kind of be positive and happy and whatever. And actually, I was getting messages from a lot of friends and family like, oh, how's your family member? How are you? And this, that and the other. And I just got so frustrated because I felt like they wanted to help me and people were there and loved me and was being around. But at the same time, in the back of my head, I was like, I'm being a burden to them. I'm not helping them. I'm making everything worse. And my family member, whenever I spoke to the person who was dealing with the cancer, or was dealing with the cancer, would just start crying. And I just felt as though no matter what I did, I made every situation worse. I was repeating myself so much to every single person. And so in the end, I decided, right, I'm going to do a group message or a WhatsApp message, so that be all and end all, right, this is what's going off, you know. If you want to help me, great. So I just I was being honest and open and telling them this is what's going on. But if people wanted to help me further after that, then I would welcome it. But at the same time, and I wanted that and I craved for help and support. But at the same time, whenever I did get help and support, I just felt like I couldn't accept it or receive it because I felt like, oh, I'm just being a burden. And oh, they're only helping me because they've got an ulterior motive, or it's because they want something from me. That's why they're helping. I just couldn't see that actually they did care and they do want to help me. And so that's going to lead on to how other people deal with cancer that are around you. So you have the ones that are silent. If you need anything, I'm there for you. And then that's it. And you're just like, okay. But actually, it's because they don't know what to do. They don't know what to say or how to help you. But then from your point of view, you're kind of like, do you even care? Are you going to say anything? Is that it? Then you have the people that are too motherly and too over the top supportive, and they're texting you like 2-3 times a day, and you're just like, I don't even know how I'm thinking right. Just let me process, please. Asking you, oh, what's happened now? What's the next news? What's this? What's this? Oh, what about that? And have you tried this? And it's nice again because they're really showing you that they care, and that's their way of showing they love you. But then sometimes, for me personally, a lot of the time I don't know how I feel. I don't know what's going on. I need time to process things and time to figure out what's actually going on in my head. I mean, this has been going on since about October, September, and we're in February, and I'm doing a video about it now. That's how long it's taken me to process things a little bit. Then you have the ones that know it all. They've had cancer themselves. They know somebody that's experienced cancer. They know every doom and gloom story going, and they tell you everything that you don't want to hear. They tell you how horrible chemo is. They tell you, oh, it's a long run. Oh, it's a very emotional thing to go through. Yes, I know. And they kind of like tell you, oh, your family member needs to go to this group. They need to do this diet. They need to do this, that, and tell them to think this and do this. And you're just like, I'm not going to tell them to do jack, because actually everybody deals with things differently and people are affected by cancer in different ways. So no, thanks for your help, but no. And then finally you have the sympathisers, which when you see them, they do the whole head tilt and noddy thing. How are you? I know. I feel your pain. And again, it's nice because they're showing the concern and the sympathy. But like, every time you see me, you're making out that you're sad to see me. What's going on? Just be like, how are you? Are you alright? Just talk to me normal. I'm not... It's like you're talking to a dog. Do you want a treat, doggy? Yes. So anyway, so there's a little bit of lightheartedness in the meantime of me blabbering on and telling you what's been going on in my life and my emotions. Obviously, to me, mental health is just as important as physical and nutritional health. And nobody's diet's perfect, nobody's exercise is perfect. Throughout all of this, I've not wanted to exercise. I've not wanted to eat properly. And now that I've kind of gotten to the source of why, and I've had to ask myself a lot of questions, I've had to talk to people about things. Since doing that, that's helped me to recover, and actually I'm back training. I'm getting better, so don't worry about me. The reason I've not done the videos is because whenever I am off work, I'm trying to prioritise and see family, or I'm trying to prioritise and spend time with friends, or do positive things, or just be on my own and just cry sometimes, because sometimes I just need that. Sometimes I want to just sit and watch YouTube videos. But things have been very busy as well. Very hard at the moment to just grab some time on my own, if I'm honest. So today was the first day in a long time that I was like, do you know what? I need me time, and I wanted to do this video. So again, this is a bit of therapy for me, and hopefully it's been a video to help somebody watching this, to bring you a bit of lightheartedness and to tell you that it's okay, no matter how you're dealing with it, no matter what you're going through. It might not even be cancer, it could be something totally different. Maybe you've lost a family member, maybe you are just dealing with depression, maybe it's not anything significant, you're just feeling low. And I just want to tell you that it's okay with how you're feeling. It's fine to feel that way. It's fine that maybe you don't know how to cope with it right now. And I'm hoping and praying that you will find a way to cope or deal with it, or find a solution, or get to the cause of it. But definitely I want to use this video to encourage you to speak to somebody. And even now I find it very difficult to speak to people. That's why I'm speaking to a camera instead. I find it easier. Even if you just say, I'm having a bad day, I'm struggling at the minute. Just anything. Because people aren't going to think you're a burden. People aren't going to think that you're not fun to be around. It's just that you're going through a difficult time. If you have the right friends and right support around you, they will just love you no matter what you're going through. There's places on the internet, I'm sure. There's support lines. There's always something. For me, I pray, I go to church, and if it wasn't for my faith in God, I probably still wouldn't be here, if I'm honest. God's really spoken and comforted me in ways that I can't even explain. Like finding scriptures on a day that I could be ranting and raving to the sky about a certain way that I feel, and then all of a sudden a Christian song or a Bible scripture will come up specifically, and it's been about what I've been ranting and raving about, and it's really comforted and helped me. And that's happened on more than one occasion. So find something that's going to help you, that's going to comfort you, that's going to love you. Once you admit to yourself that you can't cope, and that it's okay that you can't cope, or that you don't know what to do, or that you've just got nothing in you to carry on. Once you admit that to yourself, not to others, but to yourself, that is the first step that really helped me to actually make changes and to be like, okay, I can't deal with this. So what I'm going to do about it? I'm going to get help. And since then, life has taken a turn for me. Things are on the up. Things aren't always positive. Things aren't always perfect. There's a lot of things still that I'm dealing with and that my family are dealing with. But I'm in a much better place than I was. Thank you ever so much for watching. Thank you for subscribing. I will be doing another video soon, not as serious or as personal as this. I will be doing some other videos on health and fitness again soon. Maybe even a kettlebell workout for you, Misty. And I will be telling you about my e-guide that's available on my website. You can go check it out now if you want, but I will be talking a bit more about it in another video. So make sure you stay tuned. Follow me on Snapchat if you want to see some stupid times when I'm feeling okay and feeling positive. And any positive support and messages would be awesome. Love you guys. Thank you.